Good morning, Commissioners, Fire Chief Terrazas, City Attorney, Ms. Iniguez, Eric Scott, Fire Captain, Paramedic, Public Information Officer. Today we are honoring two of our own firefighter paramedics, Steve Hopkins and Jose Perez, for a cardiac arrest save that they had on a running track in Studio City. Now, the incident took place in September of 2017 at 6:30 in the morning. A 72-year-old man was performing his normal morning routine that he has done for 15 years, and that's running on the track there at Harvard Westlake High School in Studio City. He actually completed his run, and during his cool-down lap, collapsed. Fortunately, a nearby groundskeeper did witness the fall. He ran over, realized he was not conscious, began hands-only CPR, and contacted 911. Now, simultaneously at Fire Station 78, our members were making relief, and Steve and Jose were beginning their morning routine that they have done for years. As they're checking out their equipment, the tones go off for light force and a paramedic rescue to a cardiac arrest incident. They quickly arrived on scene. They found the patient was still on the ground, pulseless, not breathing, and in cardiac arrest. So Steve and Jose, along with the assistance of Light Force 78, took over CPR, determined that he was in a lethal heart rhythm called ventricular fibrillation. They started an IV, they delivered drugs, epinephrine and amiodarone, and they actually delivered 2 electrical shocks to the patient. That patient was then rapidly transported to St. Joseph Medical Center, and due to these firefighters' excellent efforts, the patient actually had a return of pulses and stable vital signs before they arrived at the hospital. And even better yet, the patient was released from the hospital 1 week later with no deficits. Now, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention also the critical role that bystander CPR played in this successful outcome. I was actually surprised to learn that each year in the United States, more than 350,000 out-of-hospital cardiac arrests occur, and about 90% of those die. But if there's CPR, and especially performed immediately, that doubles or triples that chance of survival. And certainly we're proud to state that our own Community Risk Reduction Unit has provided CPR and AED for over 2,000 residents in monthly classes as well. Now, St. Joseph Medical Center, where this patient was transported to, is creating actually an internal video to gain funding for their own emergency room. And they're highlighting this exact cardiac arrest save and the great collaboration between our firefighter paramedics and their own emergency room. So Steve and Jose are just 2 of our 1,227 certified paramedics within the LAFD that daily strive to achieve Fire Chief Terrazas' #1 strategic goal, and that's to provide exceptional public safety and emergency service. So now we'd like to invite up to be recognized firefighter paramedic Stephen S. Hopkins and firefighter paramedic Jose L. Perez. At this point, we'll read the certificate. In recognition and sincere gratitude for your heroic courage, diligent efforts, personal initiative, and expedient assistance which directly resulted in saving a man's life during a cardiac arrest emergency on September 5th, 2017 at the 3700 block of Coldwater Canyon Avenue, the Los Angeles Fire Department commends you for your extraordinary life-saving efforts to a citizen of the city of Los Angeles, presented this first day of May 2018, Ralph M. Terrazas, Fire Chief.
They're drawing straws. The short straw has to speak. What can I say? When you heard some stories this morning of the incidents in West Bureau, the sewer rescue, the stories Dr. Eckstein shared, the chain of survival. And behind me you see 2 firefighter paramedics who actually had a huge success that day on the track. We are an all-service public safety provider. We have to deal with brush fires and medical calls and sewer rescues and cliff rescues, and I can go on and on and on. And I'm so proud to be part of this organization and so proud to recognize the members behind me. In my travels, I always say that fire and EMS are equally important. One's not more important than the other. And we've done a lot in the last few years. We've created an EMS bureau. We have Dr. Eckstein in charge of that. We've created a paramedic rocker that goes underneath our patch. I want our medics to be proud that they're medics. And I can't think of a better way to show them than to recognize their outstanding efforts on incidents like the one we just recognized. So congratulations, good work, and sorry, Jose, but you're the one that drew the short straw. So please come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Chief. Just real quick, I'm not real big on public speaking, so I actually took the time to make a few little notes here. First and foremost, I want to thank God, and without him, I wouldn't be alive today. I also want to thank my parents who unfortunately couldn't be here today. They live in San Diego, but again, without them, I also wouldn't be standing before you all today. Third, I want to thank Chief Terrazas. I want to thank the Board of Fire Commissioners for giving me the opportunity to work for this great fire department. It took me 4 years to get on with LA City, but perseverance got me through it, and I'm thankful for being here and for everything else that's come with it. Let's not leave out the members from Fire Station 78 on that morning, because all of us together were responsible for saving Mr. Hill's life. Myself and Paramedic Hopkins here, we played a small role in a bigger role, and without everyone's contribution and everyone doing their part is what contributed to ultimately saving Mr. Hill's life. And again, that's short and sweet. And again, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the recognition. Appreciate it. Thank you.